Let me tell you a bit about the setup I have here. First off, I've got 2 clocks in the office. One of them is on the wall above my desk, and the other one is above the whiteboard in the teaching area. I also have a poster above the desk where I meet my students for their English lessons. Oh, and I keep a sweater over the back of my chair to put over my shoulders when it gets too cold in here from the AC. Above and over. Let's talk.
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. And this is Happy English Podcast, episode 788. It's over and above. We can use both above and over to describe the position of something which is in a higher position than another thing. However, we use these 2 prepositions differently. In this English lesson, I'm going to show you how you can use above and over in your everyday English conversations. First off, the general meaning of both above and over is higher or higher than. When the sun is above the garden, the flowers look beautiful. I could also say that when the sun is over the garden, the flowers look beautiful. In both sentences, I'm talking about the sun being at a higher level from the garden. And when I do that, both above and over can be used. But there are some particular situations or contexts only above or only over can be used. For example, we usually use over when one thing is touching or covering something else. Like when my dog Rosie goes to sleep, I put a blanket over her. She likes that. On the other hand, my other dog Max doesn't like anything over him at all. And it's cold out these days, so I usually wear a sweater over my shirt. That's nice and comfy. On the other hand, we prefer to use above when one thing is not touching or not covering something else. Like on Independence Day, there is a fireworks display above the East River in the city. Another big difference between above and over is that we use over to show the movement when something crosses another thing. Like, whenever the president comes to New York, there are a lot of helicopters flying over the city. When I make pasta, I like to pour the tomato sauce over my spaghetti and meatballs. Delish! When it comes to talking about age, amounts, and speed, we use over and not above. Like, here in New York, you can't buy alcohol unless you are over 21 years old. And when I got to the theater, there were over 25 people waiting online to get in. And if you drive here in New York, be careful when you drive in a school zone. The police will stop you if you drive over the speed limit. Next up, we use above when we talk about things like height, rank, or temperature. In other words, things that are measured vertically. Like, did you know that Mount Fuji in Japan is 3,776 meters above sea level? Not too high, but not too low either. And in the military, A colonel is above a major, and a general is above a colonel. Oh, and I have a thermostat here, so when the temperature reaches 20 degrees above zero, the heater comes on. Finally, we use above in documents when we refer to something that came before. Like on the last page of a contract, it may say something like, "If you agree to the terms above, please sign your name here." The terms above means whatever is written before the signature part, even though that could be several pages beforehand. Keep in mind, the best way to remember vocabulary like this, and any other word or phrase in English, is to take that word or phrase, write it in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, and then memorize your sentences. Hey, did you know you can get more practice using your English when you join my Podcast Learner Study Group? There, you can make new friends, join us for live group lessons every week where we practice these podcast lessons together. Plus, you get access to the PDF transcript and audio download for every Happy English podcast in the past and in the future. And on top of that, each episode has exercises where you can practice this English point with speaking and writing checked by me. To learn more, just visit myhappyenglish.com and choose podcast lesson 788. Remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible. And I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.